students, welcome to online session of Nagesh Careers Working School. Myself Pooja Dhokre. Students, today we are going to learn the new lesson number 5, representing information in graphical form. Students, in this lesson we are going to learn about the different types of graph. Okay, so open your textbook, page number 67. See, we'll first see warm up, recall. Here, the names of students in Adarsh Primary School who got 100 marks in mathematics are given. So, class 1, John, Ram, Ali, Jenny, Seema and Rita. So, here in the class 2, Sama, Ravi, Ahmad, Peter and Nisha. In class 3, Sunil, Lakshmi, Aisha. In class 4, Priya, Amit, Sonu, Bobby, Meeta, Samir and Lalit. And in the class 5, Sabina, Rakesh, Raghu, Neena and Nilita. Students, they got 100 marks in the mathematics. So here in the table, here they have given us the table. The above information was represented in the table with tally marks. So how? We'll see. Here class 1. Here the column of a classes. So they have given us class 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here are the tally marks. You know the tally marks? Yes, you have already learned in your previous standard. And as here the numbers also. Okay. Now information presented in this way in the form of numbers is called data. This is called data. Okay, here the data about students is presented in the form of a table. Here it is presented in the form of a table. Okay, we'll see some information now. See. Data representation is a method of representing info in terms of pictures, symbols, graph or numbers. This data we can present in the form of pictures, even symbols, graphs or numbers. Okay. Now, a graph is a way to show and compare information. Students, by using graph we can compare and we can show the information very easily in less time. Okay. Now, tally marks. Just now we seen that the tally marks in that table. Okay. Now tally marks are lines that are used to represent and count data in groups of 5. Okay. In the groups of 5 we can count tally marks. Now number form 1 to 4 are represented as a vertical marks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This till the 4 in the vertical marks. Okay. Now next one. The number 5 is represented as a slanting line that is drawn across 4 vertical lines. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 vertical lines and the 5th represented as a slanting line. Okay. Now a single vertical line shows one object. This one vertical line shows one object. Each marks represents an object or information. Each marks represent the information. Okay. Now data. What is data? When we write the number of different objects in a given group, we call it data. Or the information that we collect is called data. Or information presented in this way in the form of numbers is called data. Now students, we will see next point, pictograph. Now this is a way that we can show our data in the form of pictures or symbols. Okay, now this is one type of a graph, pictograph. We will see. First of all, just see the page number 68. Here. Page number 68. See here they have given us information of pictograph. See. The same data can be represented through pictures as follow. That means just now we saw the table of that 100 mark students. So that data we can present it in the form of a pictures also. See, class 1, here they have given 6 smileys, class 2, 5 smileys, class 3, 3 smileys, 4, 7 smileys, and class 5, 5 smileys. What is mean by these smileys? Yes, see previous page 67. Here in the class 1, 6 students got 100 marks in mathematics. So instead of a number, we can use this picture. So that's why 6 smileys are here. In the class 2, 5 students got 100 marks. So that's why here are the 5 smileys. Okay. And in the class 3, 3 students got 100 marks. And in the class 4, 7 students got 100 marks. And at the last class 5, 5 students got 100 marks. That's why here are the 5 smileys. Okay, so in this way we can present the data in the form of the pictures or symbol. This is called a pictograph. Okay, this is a type of a graph. Now we'll see in the detail what is meant by pictograph. See, here one smiley represents one child. See, one smiley represents one child. This is known as a pictograph. Use the pictograph to answer the following questions. Now, see, in which class is the number of students with 100 in mathematics the highest? In which class more students got 100 marks? Yes, students, see the pictograph and give me the answer. Tell the answer. Yeah, very good. In the class 4. You can see here in the class 4, 7 students got 100 marks in mathematics. Now, in which class is the number of students with 100 in mathematics is the least? See the pictograph carefully, students. Here, see, in which class? Yes, in class 3 it is a least number of students, isn't it? Now you can write here class 3. Okay. So write in the textbook class 3. Now how many more students with 100 in mathematics are there in class 4 than in class 2? So see pictograph. In the class 2, 5 students got 100 marks, and in class 4, 7 students got 100 marks. So that's why 2 students more in a class 4. Now, in which 2 classes are the number of students with 100 in mathematics is the same? See, in which classes students got same numbers of students? Yeah, students, in the class 2 and in the class 5. In class 2 also 5 students got 100 marks, and in class 5 also got 5 students 100 marks. Okay. So, all of you understood pictograph? Very good. Now we will see in the detail what is meant by pictograph. See here, pictograph. Numerical data is represented in the form of pictures. We call it pictograph or pictorial representation. Okay. Now a pictograph is used to present data in the form of a pictures. That is, a picture graph uses symbols to present and compare data. Now, a symbol is a picture that represents one or more object. Here, sometimes more than one item of a data is represented by a symbol. Now, a picture graph has a key. It has a key. The quantity represented by each symbol is mentioned clearly. It is called the key. In previous example, we have already seen the key here. Here one smiley represents one child, but sometimes more than one items also we have to represent. That time there is a key. So key means used to indicate the number of items represented by a symbol. Now If no key is given, then such a symbol or picture is equal to one object. Okay, so students, now we'll see the next type of a graph, bar graph. Before that, we'll see just page number 68. Here, see bar graph. They have given here information. Modern public school is a very big school. The information on number of children who got 100 in mathematics in each class in this school is presented in a tabular form. Okay, see here class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here the number of students with 100 in mathematics. See, in the class 1, 15 students got 100 marks, in class 2, 30 students got 100 marks, in class 3, 25, in class 4, 35, and in class 5, 20 students. Okay, now the number of students is much larger than in others primary school. It will take a long time to draw the pictograph, isn't it? It will take very long time to draw a pictograph. Now, it will also be difficult to read the information in such cases. It is better to present the information in the form of a bar graph. So, students, how to draw the bar graph? See. Here, number of students with 100 in mathematics in modern public school. See, here, this line is called x-axis. And here is a y-axis. Okay, now here is a scale. This one is called scale. The number of students are here on the y scale, and here the classes on the x-axis. Now see class 1. In the class 1, 15 students got 100 marks. So that's why, see here, where is the 15? Here. And in the class 1, 15 students got 100 marks. So, here we can draw the bar graph. This is a bar graph. So, I can color it or I can draw the lines. Okay. Now, class 2. In the class 2, 30 students got the 100 marks. So, see where it is 30 here. And see where the class 2 here. So here I can draw the bar on the graph. See. Same for class 3. Class 3, 25 students got 100 marks. So see 25 here, and where is class 3? Here. So draw the bar on the graph paper. Okay, now class 4. In the class 4, 35 students got 100 marks. So here is a 35 and here is a class 4. So with the help of scale, you just draw the bar graph. And in the class 5, how many students got? Yes, 20. So see 20 here, and here is a class 5. Okay. So all of you understood bar graph? Yeah. See here, they have given us the information of a bar graph clearly here. See, read it carefully. The procedure for drawing the bar graph is as follows. How to draw the bar graph? They have given us the information. They have given here the procedure. See, read it carefully. Step 1. Draw a horizontal line segment OX. See here, horizontal segment OX. Mark points at convenient intervals, say 1 centimeter. This 1 centimeter is a scale, okay, on the line here, and write class 1, class 2 till class 5 as shown in the figure. Now step 2. Draw a vertical line segment OY at 0. Here, vertical line segment OY at 0. And mark point at convenient intervals. Okay. Label these points 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35. Write the number of students along the vertical line. Here 1 centimeter represents 5 children. Here this is a 1 centimeter scale. But here 1 centimeter shows 5 children. Isn't it? So this is our scale. You can use a different scale also. Now for example 1 centimeter can be used to represent 10 children. But here 1 centimeter means 5 children. Now step 3. Draw bars of equal thickness for each class using your ruler. The top of each bar should show the number of students. You can shade or color the bars. Now step 4. Write the title of the bar graph. See, title is very necessary here. So always write the title also and the scale also. And don't forget to write x-axis and y-axis. Now we'll see in the detail what is meant by bar graph. A bar graph is a graph that uses bars of different lengths to compare data. So a bar graph is a chart in which the value of data items are shown by bars of different lengths. Now longer the value, longer the bars. The scale on bar graph is very important. Sometimes it counts by ones. Other times the scale can be 2, 5, 10 or more always. So look at the scale carefully. Bar graphs may be horizontal or vertical. Students, it can be horizontal or vertical. So title. The title tells us what is being represented. It is very important. And the x-axis or horizontal axis. It shows the different time periods or the names of things being compared. Now y-axis or vertical axis. It has number for whatever is being measured. Okay, so we'll see the example. Page number 69. See in your textbook. Here they have given the example. Complete the bar graph using the following data. School to home distances. Here the title is school to home distances. Okay. So name of students Ajay, Ashraf, Neena, Meena and Sheva. Now the distances from home to school. So 3 km, 5 km, 1 km, 10 km and 7 km. So we have to represent it in the form of a bar graph. So see the next page, page number 70. Here they have given the graph. Now see, here is a title. What is the title, students? Yes, distances from home to school. So always write the title. Now here see, here are the names of students and on the x-axis, and on y-axis the distances in kilometer. Here the scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. So you can write scale y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. Okay. So students, see Ajay. So what is the distance of to school from Ajay's home? It is a 3 kilometer. So where is Ajay? Here, and the 3 kilometer also here. So with the help of your scale, just draw the bar graph. You can color it also. Okay. Now for Ashraf, what is the distance to school from Ashraf's home? 5 kilometers. So see, where is a 5? Here, and here is a Ashraf. So draw the bar graph. Now Meena. So Meena 1 kilometer. Here is a 1 kilometer and here is a Meena. Now Meena. So distance from Meena's home to school is 10 kilometer. So where is 10? Here. Here. So use your scale and draw the graph. Okay. Now for Shaila 7 kilometer. Now see where it is? Here. And here is Shaila's. So draw the bar graph. So all of you understood how to draw bar graph? Yes. Now students, see our next point, circle graph. Here the table shows the number of flowers sold in a day. Read the information. Circle graph. This is also one type of a graph. See, kind of flower and number of flowers. Here lotus, rose, orchid, jasmine and total, and the number of flowers are 20, 10 rose, 5 orchids, 5 jasmines, and the total is equal to 40. Now data in the table can be represented using a circle graph. Here the whole circle represents 40. That means number of flowers, total number of flowers is equal to 40. So that's why here the total number of flowers sold in a day is equal to 40. Now lotus. How many lotus? 20 lotus. So 20 out of 40. Total number of flowers 40 were sold. That means 20 divided by 40 is equal to 1 upon 2 of the total. So here is a whole circle and 1 upon 2 means, yes students, half. So that's why half lotus were sold in a day. Now we'll see rose. How many roses were sold? 10. 10 out of 40 were sold. So 10 upon 40 is equal to 1 upon 4 of the total. 1/4 means here. This one is a 1/4. That's why this one is a rose. This is showing the rose sold in a day. Now next one we'll see. Here see orchids. How many orchids were sold? 5. 5 out of 40. That means 1 upon 8 of the total. See on the page number 71. So 1 upon 8, that means half of the 1/4, isn't it? So that's why this is showing the orchid sold in a one day. Now jasmine. This is also 5 jasmines sold in a day. That means 5 out of 40. So it is equal to 1 upon 8. That means half of a 1/4. So this one is a jasmine sold in a one day. Okay, now all of you understood circle graph. I will explain you. See, this is also called pie chart. Circle graph is also called a pie graph or pie chart. Now circle charts are best used to compare parts of a whole. Now, and third one, in circle graph we can show data as parts of a circle. So we'll see the example. Open the page number 71. Here they have given us one example. See it. Complete the circle graph using the data in the table. Here they have given days and ice cream sold. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Ice cream sold 36, 9, 27. So the total 72 ice creams were sold. See Monday. How many ice creams were sold in one day? On Monday 36. So 36 out of 72. So just divide 36 by 72. Yes students, you will get 1 upon 2. So here half of a circle, that means here Monday. Okay. Now Tuesday, 9 out of 72, that means 9 upon 72. So if we divide it, we will get 1 upon 8. That means here 1 upon 8, that means this one will be 1/4, and 1 upon 8 means half of a 1/4. So that's why Tuesday 1 upon 8. Okay, and for Wednesday, 27 out of 72. So now 27 divided by 72. So do the division students. Here 3 upon 8. Okay, so the remaining part, this remaining part is a Wednesday, that means 3 upon 8 Wednesday. So this one is a circle graph. Students, here just now we have studied pictograph, bar graph and circle graph also. So in this way we can solve exercise 5.1. So all of you understood pictograph? Yes, pictograph means picture representation, isn't it? I told you the examples also. Pictograph means picture representation. And bar graph. Bar graph means we can draw the graph by using the bars on the graph paper. Now circle graph. Circle graph means what? The circle graph is called as a pie graph also. Okay, so using the circle we can show the graph of a circle. Okay, now students, in the next session we will study exercise 5.1. Even we will study line graph also. So try to solve the graph using the graph paper. Thank you.